watching the Battered Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Battered Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordi, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. $3.99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Man, I've always wanted to do this. X, the Herons are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 436 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am going to be your host for a little while until Daniel Granada gets back. I'm here with another Battered fan. X, you're on mute, so unmute yourself and tell the fans what is going on.
What's up, everybody? We have like a late night session, late night with the Herons. Our lovely leader Danny's got to put his kid to sleep, so we all understand that he'll be hopping on, so we can get started without him for now, and then have everybody on the chat. Let's go, ready to go.
Oh, look, and already Chili is saying, "Wow, upgrades." People, Mr. Krabs is saying, "So Daniel's still in the yellow parking lot?" No, he's at home. As X said, he is at home. And he is putting his son to bed. And as soon as he does so, he will be back here with us hosting as usual. We will have a three-man crew. So let's get through the topics for tonight, X. Let's talk a little bit about the atmosphere. I wasn't there. I watched the game from home, but I could see and I could hear La Familia and, Vice City and Southern Legion and Rosa y Negra and all the bandas, barras that are there yelling the entire game. It sounded like a fantastic atmosphere. I imagine you were at the stadium and you were able to experience what it was like. Why don't you let the fans know, what you thought about the atmosphere?
Yeah, the atmosphere was hype. It's the last regular season MLS match at Chase Stadium. So, it's a special occasion. We're going to have playoff games and hopefully continue all the way to the final and maybe win it. But it was the last, so it's historic. It's historic, and the La Familia was up, hyping like they usually do, and people were also hyped up because another recognition, another special player got recognized tonight. Was Jordi Alba, and boy did he get recognized in a good night. He had a fantastic performance. Him and Messi had an amazing performance, and it was like a magical night, right? It was a special night.
It was. And we're going to get into the game recap just in a little while. But talking about that and talking about the atmosphere, you mentioned it's Jordi Alba's last home game, so they did a special recognition to him. Obviously, you mentioned a fantastic night for him. But I want to take the view a little bit beyond that, because they also showed some pictures post game and some camera angles of some of Messi's other friends at the game, some of the Argentina teammates, Nicolás Otamendi, who has been rumored many times to be coming to Inter Miami. Could he be watching from the sidelines, and could he be joining his friend next year? And also Leandro Paredes, who just signed a contract with Boca Juniors, so I imagine he wouldn't be available. What did you think about him having his friends there on the sideline? I imagine it was his suite that they were in.
Yeah, it's the guys coming in, supporting the leader, supporting the friend, and having a great time. We know that the Inter Miami game, it's a good atmosphere. It's fun, the music, the vibe, especially when the team is playing well and winning, right? It was a perfect setup with poor Atlanta coming in, kind of weak with a lot of guys missing it, and Inter Miami had some players missing, but basically, they have their squad and they played. It wasn't great, but the result was great, and 4-0, you can't complain. But the guys went in. It's friends. It's just like when you play, when your buddies play, and you go watch your friends play. They had a great time. I don't know what's going to happen with them for the next game, but I wonder if they left there and they're partying still. Who knows?
They might be, because not only did they get 4 big goals, but they kept that clean sheet, Javi, that clean sheet that, unfortunately has been avoiding them all season long. Only a couple clean sheets this season, something that this club was used to having with a different goalkeeper, one that I've come down hard on historically, Drake Callender, but he had a lot of clean sheets while he was under the 3 goalposts for Inter Miami, and we haven't seen that much this year with Ustari and Rocco Rios. But Rocco Rios had a really, really good game, and the back line was able to keep a clean sheet. Do you think that was more because Atlanta was shorthanded and really Latte La missed a couple of easy chances right in front of the goal? Or was that more, a credit to Inter Miami's defense kind of solidifying itself and coming together, having Lujan and Aviles back there on the back line?
Yeah, Latte light, because he's he came in with a lot of fanfare, a lot of hype also, and a lot of money they put out for him, and he hasn't really been that. But it's his first season, so we'll give him a pass. I think Rocco has grown. I wish he grows physically, but he's grown as a player this season. You can tell from the beginning to now, it's a different player, a more confident player, a more poised player, a more focused player, and he's commanding his area, and he's doing good. It gives me hope for the future, because we do have 2 older goalies, right? Ustari, the starter, and then Yarbrough. They're mid to late 30s. And then you have this young kid who's showing some promise, which is great. So it's a combination of things. But I wanted to also focus on Toto. I was watching the game, and I see him physically. He looks a little bit stronger too, but he looked like he had a good game. Maybe he was not anxious. Maybe he wasn't, overly excited, whatever. He was just focused and playing his game. And that's a positive for Inter Miami, because you need to have, these guys playing well. And Toto came in with a lot of promise. Not ready to give up on him, but I like he made some nice passes, cross field, perfect pings to Jordi, moving up. So I like what I saw. I think him and Lujan did a good job. Is it a great Atlanta team? No, but this team, even with teams that were not great, were struggling and giving up goals and not playing well. They had control of the back. They touched the ball around well. And it was a good game. It was a fun game to be at, knowing all things were happening, during that game, and to actually get the result. And the most important thing, the GOAT, what he does. He broke records, took the Golden Boot lead. It was a well-rounded night for everybody at that stadium.
100%. And we're gonna get into the game recap right now. But before we do, I wanna take that game, that general thought about Rocco Rios into a little bit more deeper, because now he started 2 games in a row. Inter Miami has won 2 games in a row. He has that confidence. The team has given him that confidence. Do you, if you're Javier Mascherano, on next Saturday, decision day, 6 p.m. in Nashville, start Rocco Rios, or do you go back to old reliable, knowing what you're already getting with Ustari?
He has to think about it, right? But I think that these couple of games, they're giving Ustari a rest on purpose, because he's been a little banged up with his shoulder. He's been hurt practically from early on in the season, and there hasn't been a complaint. He hasn't been on the injured list, and they haven't really made a big deal of it. But we're aware that he's been injured. He's an older guy. I don't know if you've noticed a couple times in the last 2 games when he's fallen, you can tell that it kind of bothers him. So I believe that this is just planned rest for him. But you have to think about it, because he has played, Novo has played really, really well. But if Ustari, if I was a coach, if Ustari is good, you have to go with him, because you cannot count enough the experience, right? These big games, sometimes, maybe Rocco's playing great, but now the lights get brighter, the games get more intense, there's more up for grabs, and sometimes maybe the inexperience gets you, where Ustari has all the experience and he has played well during the season. So personally, I would start Ustari if he's ready to go, but I feel comfortable if he's not. I feel comfortable with Rocco if he's not.
Let's ask the chat. Go ahead and drop your comments in there. Let us know, who would you start? Would you start Rocco? I see Dremundo is putting Rocco's number one. But let's see what everybody else thinks. Let's see if Rocco or Ustari for next Saturday. And also, before we get into the game recap, I do want to invite everybody to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell notification icon. That way you guys know when the Battered Herons go live every single time. Usually we go on every single day. And on Mondays, don't forget, we have Garzas CF with Javier and myself and the two guys, the two normal fellas that are on this podcast. This is kind of weird.
I don't know how normal they are.
Without them.
I don't know how normal those guys are, but let me tell you something there. The next game, Nashville, is still not the playoffs. So I'm talking specifically playoffs. Once the playoffs start, I trust the experience, and I would, put Ustari. I would favor him. But if he's not if he's not feeling good, if he's not 100%, I have no issues with Rocco. He's shown that he's capable. It's just that experience factor. You know that when these games get, playoff, it's different. It's a different animal. So that's the only thing that makes me think. If we're talking about the future, they have to talk about that because this kid's shown that he can handle it.
And the chat is agreeing with that because everybody is saying Rocco Blanco. So a lot of Rocco fans
for Nashville, yeah. If we're talking just Nashville, sure, I'll give him another start. Give this guy a little more time to heal up on his shoulder. But playoff time, I'm going with the proven guy right now.
All right, let's get into the game recap. First half, Inter Miami absolutely dominated, 64% to 36% in ball possession. 12 shots, 5 of them on target. Messi taking a lot of those, 4 big chances. They completely dominated, but they couldn't get through until the 39th minute when Messi finally finds the back of the net off of that Baltasar Rodriguez turnover, passes the ball. Messi, masterful finish. What did you think about Inter Miami in that first half?
Well, like you said, it was a little bit slow. They just couldn't get it. They had control, but they just couldn't put it in. And how does the goal come? Off a defensive effort, right? And when we're talking Baltasar has taken Segovia's spot. Segovia has had a very good season up to this point. A rookie season, his first time in the MLS. He's had a really good season. And Mascherano set him on the side and put Baltasar. And you can see why, because Baltasar provides like this energy, extra little boost of energy offensively, but also defensively, because that goal came off. He hurried, he pressured, he got the ball, and then he gave the perfect pass to Messi. And then what does the goal do? What he always does. Make him a spectacular, curler into the corner, and then gives the team the lead. And everything after that was downhill for Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely. And Messi had a couple of opportunities just before that, one right before that. And I have to mention the performance that the Atlanta goalkeeper, the young goalkeeper, Hibbert, had today. If it wasn't for him, it could have been 7-8-9-0 because he had saved 2 or 3 Messi opportunities, one-on-one inside the 6-yard box just before that. And he saved a couple other ones as well. So a really, really good game from
their best
Atlanta
player,
goalkeeper.
Their best player tonight. Unfortunate for them that he was their best player and he swallowed 4.
Why does that always happen to Inter Miami when they play Atlanta? Their goalkeeper always plays good when Inter Miami plays against Atlanta.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. That it could be the Gusan curse, or I don't know what the hell it is. But this young goalie showed some promise, and we have a promising young goalie too. So I mean, he blocked a lot, but he took 4 in, so we're all right.
He did. Well, heading into the second half, Inter Miami dominated again. This time, 8 shots, 5 again on target. 3 of those going into the back of the net. Obviously, the first one was Jordi Alba's with a beautiful pass from Lionel Messi and just a masterful finish from Jordi Alba, putting it over the goalie. What did you think about that Lionel Messi pass and obviously that finish? And what a way to end your regular season career with that kind of a goal for Jordi Alba, right?
Yeah, and the guy next to me in the press box, I don't know his name first time I saw him. I was thinking, I'm watching that, and that in that play, Jordi takes off from the back, like almost midfield, takes off, makes a run, and Messi just puts the ping perfect, right? Boom, the bounce, and it goes over. And I tell the guy, you know what? We've seen this 1,000 times. So it's weird for me to think that Atlanta or these teams that scout into Miami are not aware that he's always going to make that run. And if Messi has the ball and he's perfectly aligned that way, that's coming. But they see it and they can't stop it. It's the whole you hope to contain it and they couldn't contain it. And it was amazing. It's wonderful to see in person. When you're up there, you see the whole field, right? And you just see the moment he turns, and I was already thinking, oh. and then you see Jordi start taking off. Perfect ball, and the rest is history, right? And he finishes. He's a left back that's really a number 10, right? Like a number 10 that was turned into a left back, who's a midfielder, and it's just amazing to see this type of player that he has this quality, but defensively he's very solid too, and the connection that they have, it's just crazy. It's out of this world. It's something, a little bit. Well, that's why they won so many things together, right? There's just two players that are just in another level.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that connection a little bit later because they connected on that fourth goal. But yeah, unbelievable finish, unbelievable pass from Messi, and then now heading into that third goal, it was a bit of a deflection, of a rebound. Suarez finds it. I thought he was going to kick it over the goal because to me it looked like he was falling down when he took that shot. As I watched on the couch,
that's what he wants you to think. That's what he wants you to think.
But that ball was like a knuckleball, and it ended up going, past the goalie.
The defender headed it out.
The ball.
Right.
Yeah.
The defender headed it out, and then the funny thing is, you see it floating, and once again, I'm telling you, you're up there, and like you see everything, you see the field. I saw it floating, and it looked like it was floating forever, and you see him. Like you're saying, like kind of like.
Be honest, you're yelling no.
No. I trust him because especially because it was his right foot. Even though he scored some bangers with his left too, you see it coming, and you see him twisting like if he he has back spasms, and his knee gave out or something. He's going like that, and then boom, and it's just beautiful the way he hit it, and that never leaves you. He can't run like he used to. He can't turn like he used to, but he can still that touch on the ball. These guys still, they still have it, and actually he's been running a lot more. I don't know if you noticed in the match, sometimes Messi will just like chill, and he's the one that goes side to side pressuring the defenders, the center backs and stuff. So he's physically, he's been amazing this season. We haven't talked about him being injured. We haven't talked about his knees. Let's not jinx him or anything like that. So he's been fantastic in that aspect. He started the season a little bit slower. We're on him, but the guys that we appreciate him. We know what he does when he's not scoring, but now he's back to scoring and back with distributing and helping out on the offensive side. But when I saw him, do his little thing and turn and hit it, that was el pistolero, classic pistolero.
And a couple of folks in the chat, and sorry that we can't put up your comments, but we don't have the access to do so. That's a Danny and Chris thing. But a couple folks in the comments are saying, other than that goal, Suarez's performance was not very good. And I have to disagree. I disagree. I think one of the things that Mascherano mentioned at the beginning of the season was that Suarez leads the defense kind of setup. And if you notice, and Javi, you mentioned it, when they're on defense, he's roaming side to side and trying to find a way to find the angle to force the team to go one certain way. And that's no easy task from a forward, especially if you're also expected to drop back and help recover the ball, which he does many times. I think he had a couple of bad touches. I think he had especially one really bad touch at the beginning of the game where he tried to sombrerito the ball over to Messi and it just went straight to the defender. But look, he scored a golazo. I think he had great movement off the ball. I think he's kind of starting to find his groove right now. And I think it's a right time for him to find his groove going into the playoffs. I'm
just happy physically he looks as good as he's going to look with us. I see him running. I don't see him tiring out. He's still strong and holds people up. He's got enough finesse to move the ball around, to hide it, to touch in small spaces. The thing with him, you have to see the overall game. And then maybe we still have the image of Suarez when he was one of the top guys in the world, top strikers in the world. We don't have that Suarez anymore, but we still have a version of him that's good enough to help this team win an MLS Cup. And I truly believe that because these guys, the difference between them and the average guy that have talent is these guys at the exact moment, they make it happen. They'll score goals. He'll score a goal like that. Even if it's by accident, we brought up a thing. They'll make it happen. And that goal, the execution that he had is fantastic. So he'll make mistakes, but I used to play, and I always talk about recreation because it's funny, like things coincide, but obviously this is a much high level. But as a defender, you make one mistake and you're screwed. You could, you're perfect the whole game, and you make one mistake, you're screwed. But as a forward, you might, a couple of bad passes, but then you score an amazing goal like that, you win 1-0, you're the hero. So I think he has a lot more hero games left in him this season.
Welcome back, Danny.
There he is.
Thank you.
Is he out?
Thank you for holding it down, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. We were just about to talk about that fourth goal, that pass from Jordi Alba, that connection, the Jordi Alba Messi connection. He puts it right on Messi's foot. Messi just kind of, waits a second and allows the goalkeeper to make a move, and then he just slots it into the far post, giving him the brace, giving him an absolute lead in the Golden Boot. And now I think 100% he has assured himself the Golden Boot. He has 100% assured himself the MVP trophy, and he will become the next player to win both the Golden Boot and MVP trophy in the same season.
So such a record-breaking night, no? He with his brace, he broke, I believe, it's Vela's record. He was tied with him for eight multi-goal games. This was his 9th, so he's the first player to ever have 9 multi-goal games in a season. He got the Golden Boot lead, right? So, and he's he should be the first back-to-back MVP in MLS. It should be him. I don't see how they can not, give it to him, especially given the way the season has played out, the amount of goals he scored in the few games that he had. And I believe he's not done yet. He's not done yet. I think that, hopefully this could be the special season for these guys, and they can, they can bring that other cup back, because I still believe that they have enough to win it. There's a lot of tough teams out there. There's a lot of good teams. We got to beat bad by some of them. But I believe that the team still has enough. And if they continue to play defensively like they have the last few games, they're going to be a very, very tough team. And when you have these guys, Messi, Suarez, you have, Busquets, and you have Alba doing these amazing things, you have a chance.
What's the goal assist record? I'm sorry, what it is, because he's saying 49.
49 is the, yeah.
He's got 44.
How many does Messi have? He has
44.
44. Oh, no, he's not going to break that. He's not going to get 5.
I think he can tie it, and I think I think he could tie it. He can get 4.
Hat trick, and a couple of assists, and he breaks it.
You think they put up 5 goals against Nashville?
No, I don't think so. I'm just telling you,
Oh no, yeah, I know. Technically, it's possible, but you're not scoring 5 on Nashville.
I don't think so. Nashville's usually tough.
In Nashville, I don't know. I don't see the 5. Don't let me stop you, Solana. Go ahead. I know you were running through and you're down to the last goal.
No. That was it. The next thing we were going to talk about was
you gave him the favor. He gave him that favor back, right? First Jordi's in the receiving end, and then he gives it to Messi. And the amazing thing is, the pass, the level, to make that pass. But the other thing is to be able to control it, bring it down, and then finish. It's high level play that we're getting. Obviously, we know these were elite players, but the older guys now, but they still got it, man. These guys still got it.
I was scrolling through Twitter just now when I was putting my son to bed, and I saw you put statement win. So I'm assuming you thought that this was a really good win, like a team performance.
Yeah, I thought overall, it was pure domination. I know it was against a shorthanded Atlanta team, but I thought, going into the playoffs, it was 3 points that were needed. 3 points that were needed because of who the opponent was, because of what the 3 points meant. Now it assures you home field advantage, at least for the first round. And in order to get to that second seed and assure yourself home field advantage for the next round, you needed to win today, because you have to win again on next Saturday and hope for
Montreal to get a result against
Cincinnati to tie. For Cincinnati to tie
against Montreal of all teams. That's a hard ask.
Hey, anything can happen, right? Nobody thought Chicago was going to come into Chase Stadium and put 5 goals on Inter Miami, but they did.
Is the game in Montreal? No,
the game is in Cincinnati.
No, that's tough. That's going to be
tough. Or that Miami would draw with Toronto. So, I mean, it could happen. But when Cincinnati knows what's on the line, they're going to go out there definitely for that win. Okay, so since I'm jumping in at the very end, let's see. So standouts. Oh, and as you can see, I didn't even get to finish the thing. I don't even have Rocco on there. Rocco Blanco was missing, but Rocco Blanco should have been on the bottom. Who are your standouts this game?
You go first, Javi.
I mean, you got to start. You got to start with the lefties, no, the lefties with Messi and with Alba. But I was telling him earlier that I like the way that Toto played. I think Aviles, I think he looked a lot better, even though it's the competition. But I like the fact that he looked more under control. He pinged some nice passes over the line, and I thought it was good. Rocco, you have to give him a thumbs up for Rocco. Obviously, our guy Busquets, it's too obvious, right? Yannick does his thing. The guy next to me over in the press box, we were talking that De Paul wasn't there, and the defense looked tighter for some reason, right? Maybe I don't know.
It wasn't because of Yannick Bright, I'll tell you that.
He runs. Yeah, it's Atlanta. Well, he runs, and he's tough on the ball. I think those guys.
Did he get injured?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So he just got subbed out for Fafa. That's so weird to me.
Maybe they're gonna give him a little rest because he tends to sometimes dehydrate a little bit too. So and Baltasar, that I forgot to mention him because he started it all with his energy and winning that ball in the midfield and giving it to Messi. So Baltasar has shown that he's capable of sitting Segovia down, because Segovia, like I was telling Danny earlier in the show, he looked like a very solid player, having a great first season, and then all of a sudden he's on the bench. But this guy's just proving the coach right now. He's playing really well.
I don't know if Salan, anybody left?
Everybody stand up. Yeah, it's
No,
one of those games.
No, I'll tell you, I do have a Que Pena award for when we do that. But standout for me, I'm going to be a little bit different. I'm going to say Baltasar Rodriguez. I thought he had a fantastic game. I thought he was very aggressive when it came to the press. Obviously, he created that turnover that got Inter Miami on the scoring sheet first, and essentially then led to Inter Miami dominating the rest of the game and putting 4 goals up. So my standout was Baltasar Rodriguez. I really, really like what he's doing on that left wing. I think he could be very crucial for the playoffs, especially when Matteo Silvetti comes back, who's absolutely tearing up the U20s. He scored another goal today against Mexico, and now Argentina is going to the semifinals of the U20s, where they'll face Colombia. Danny, I didn't know if you knew that, but they'll face Colombia in the semifinals of the U20 World Cup.
Game. That's a great game.
But Matteo Silvetti is getting on fire, and if you can have those two healthy and on fire going into the playoffs, Inter Miami could be a very scary team come playoff time.
Yeah,
especially with Segovia backing them up. Like,
as long as the defense is tough,
that's a strong roster right there. If you have Segovia going in and being the substitute for one of those guys in the 60th minute, and Allende also late in the game where it was his fresh legs. Even though I give Allende a bunch of crap, I didn't think he played horrible today. I thought he had some decent hold-up plays. I thought that he had a couple crosses that could have turned into an opportunity. So I thought I ended up playing decent today. So, all in all, a lot of standouts today. Que pena. Maybe you and I are going to say the same thing, Solana. So I'm going to let you go first. But before I do, I just saw a super chat just randomly pop up. So... Chelo was the worst by a mile. Awful player. I didn't think anybody looked awful today, but I think, again, it has a lot to do with the competition. I thought that Atlanta didn't really provide much. My daughter had her first ever soccer game, ever, this morning. She was playing. They put her at center back, and I wanted to kind of, as you're watching the game and you with your kids, sometimes you start breaking down, thing. Look at this, look at that. I really didn't have much to tell her. Atlanta wasn't doing anything. So, no, not a lot to point out. So
you had to tell her to watch Lujan and to watch Toto Aviles. They had a master class today. I mean,
well, they didn't have to do too much. You show them the hips, right? The way they position themselves and the way they angle themselves, like things like that. But there wasn't a lot of action coming from Atlanta. So,
well, I mean, there was a little bit of action. There just wasn't a lot of finishing. I mean, like Xavier said, latte light. which I think is a fantastic nickname. I mean, he showed that he has absolutely zero tactics, or sorry, zero.
But that man is fast, though.
He's
he
fast,
is.
but he can't control a ball.
No,
He
he
can't
can't.
control a
No,
ball.
he's like an Emerson. I know. But people said that when he was first getting here, and everybody was still saying that Atlanta was going to win the East. But that he is fast. When he got on the ball and he had space, I was like, holy crap. The first time I see him in person. Yeah, no.
28 million for a track star.
But
First season, give him a little bit of break.
But first time I see him in person, when I saw him take off, oh man, that's impressive. He was
Do you
fast.
think if what's his name? Oh my goodness, Thiago Almada was there, do you think maybe Latte Light would be a little bit better?
Well, we thought Almiron would provide something for him.
But he's been a little bit. He's been a little bit, disappointing.
No, Almada's at another level right now. But still, I thought Almiron would help him out. So who was your que pena, Solana?
My que pena was Yannick Bright. I thought it was one of Yannick Bright's worst games. I thought in the first half he was completely lost. I saw him drifting out to the right side. And I didn't think that he had a good game, and I thought that's why he got taken out. And when Baltasar shifted into the middle, I saw a change in play in the team, and I really liked what Fafa gave on the left side. He had a couple of good shots, a couple of good plays. So for me, my que pena was Yannick Bright.
I had that discussion with my brother on the way home because he also felt the same way. So that's interesting. So you're not the only one that thought that.
He must know a lot about soccer.
Yeah, he does. Xavier?
I mean, I'm gonna go with Chelo, the easy pick, right? Easy pick. And like Robita said, there was a play where they crossed the ball and he checked Messi, who was about to get.
They almost went for the header. Yeah.
Yeah, like he just bumped him out of the way. So, and sometimes he just does some plays where he knows, like he puts his head down. And he's like, damn, I think they pick on him a little bit, but. I don't think he was terrible. It's like que pena, but I don't think anybody played a terrible game.
Yeah.
I think that even Bright, he took the balls that he needed to. He defended. He wasn't his sharpest, but he wasn't the brightest. But I don't think he was terrible either.
Did it come on the first half? This is a little off topic. In the first half, I don't know if he made it through the transmission. I don't know, Xavier, you couldn't hear from where you were, but Luis Suarez got fouled and he squealed. It was a legit squeal. Everybody around us was like, "What the hell was that?" He squealed.
He was pissed. He was pissed with that center back.
It sounded like he almost died, and then obviously he got up, started running around again. But he legit squealed. I don't know if that came out on the TV or not, but I had never heard a grown man squeal.
So you heard it from your seat or what?
Yeah, from my seat. It was at the edge of the box, and he squealed.
Can you show me like how he did it?
I considered it, but
imitate it. Do your best. Do your best.
No, I don't think I'm going to. But just think of a squeal. It was really weird, and anybody sitting on that side of the pitch might have heard it. But that's the weirdest thing. I wasn't sure if it came out on TV. Nobody's been talking about it, so I doubt it did.
Probably not. You could tell he was pissed, and he kept complaining that he got stepped on and all that.
And Messi, man, spicy Messi. When they hit him in the face. I don't know if it was on purpose or he fell to the floor. He grabbed his face. He got up. He was digging his shoulder into that guy's ribs as he was talking to him all the way down the pitch. Spicy Messi, man. Like he's
been spicy lately.
He's been spicy since he got to the MLS.
The last couple of years.
My que pena goes to Rodrigo De Paul.
Why, you didn't like the way he dressed or what?
I don't like the fact that Messi showed up and played and his bitch ass didn't.
No, there was something I read about him not being able to play. I don't know
when Messi does what he wants, and
that's fine. But I'm sure Rodrigo De Paul can also.
I don't know, man. I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I don't think so. Because he's not Messi.
Somebody needed to host the guys in the suite. So Messi probably told him, "Hey, go take care of the guys." And he said, "All right."
That was a pointless friendly yesterday. We needed today.
Look what they said there. Yeah, Rodrigo played yesterday. Messi didn't.
I know, but why did Rodrigo play yesterday?
Because Rodrigo wasn't
released from the squad.
Why not?
Because he wasn't released from the squad, and because he played for the national team.
Are they still going to play? Are they
It
still gonna
annoyed me
play Puerto
so much
Rico?
watching
Are they
him.
still going to play
sitting
Puerto
there.
Rico?
Yeah,
Are they-
Messi's going to
are
play
they-
against Puerto Rico.
They're still going to play Puerto Rico. Are they going to do what?
Is it
Messi's
in
gonna play
Puerto
third
Rico?
base? I
No,
don't
it's
know.
in Chase
They should
Stadium.
just turn it into a salsa fest or something. Maybe more people go.
Tuesday, Chase Stadium, 8 o'clock, 7:30 or 8 o'clock, Argentina versus the great state of Puerto Rico. Is it a
Territory.
state? Territory. Sorry,
Territory.
territory.
Bad Bunny's
Apologize.
going to be at the game.
And
He's doing the halftime show.
they're
No, but after
confusing
the
me for
Super
you,
Bowl.
Xavier,
Oh,
Why?
I got that
What
mixed
happened?
up.
What are they?
because they're
what are
saying
they
that I can't go to bed without hating on RDP. I don't hate on RDP.
No,
Xavier
I
hates
didn't.
on
I didn't,
RDP.
I didn't. I didn't hate on him. What did I say? That was no. There's Danny. The other Danny. You're Danny. Danny with the dark beard. This is Danny with the salt and pepper beard. They were talking about that. That he said something. What did you say about DePaul right now? I've been good with him lately. The last couple of games, he's been all right.
Do you think he's worth the way he's played? Do you think he's looking like, oh, I would drop 17 million on him?
Hell no.
Exactly. So
I
I think that's the only thing that people are saying, right?
If that's hating, I want him to get players that are young, that are fast, that are showing that passion and they want to be here, and they're not just pretty boy. He's got a lot of talent. He just hasn't been amazing with us.
Shout out to Christian Reyes.
My Que Pena award goes to Ian Frey. Like, why would he play for Jamaica?
Are you?
I'm
mad?
saying, if these are friendlies that don't matter, then why are they playing? They should have been here. But you know what? He at least he was out of Miami.
No, but Jamaica.
Rodrigo De Paul was literally sitting at the stadium. He was there.
But I mean, why didn't Otamendi suit up? Should have signed him, and he should have suited up too.
And you know what? That's a great point, Xavier Pennies. Telasco Segovia should have been available also. They're here in Miami. But you know what? Venezuela didn't let anybody off duty.
No, and Telasco played a lot, and let me tell you something. His fitness isn't looking great. I don't understand. Sometimes he runs awkward, and he looks like he's tired early. I don't understand what's going on with that kid.
Who was your man of the match other than Messi?
I'm gonna go with Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba on his night, the night where they recognize him, scores a unbelievable goal, chipping the goalie, and then finishing the game off with that beautiful pass to Messi. 1 goal, 1 assist. Jordi, it's been an unbelievable time with you here in Miami, and honestly, I appreciate everything you've done. And I really hope and wish you luck on your next adventure.
I Jack Carr got it for me. I was gonna say Baltasar because I didn't want to name any of the 4 Barker boys or the easy picks. I think Baltasar is rising because I'm one of the guys that question, hey, why do you start this guy who's always been injured, who looks like you sneeze and he gets hurt? How do you start him over Telasco, who's got 7 goals, 4 assists, 5 assists, whatever? But he's shown that he adds a different dimension. He gives the team speed. He defends. He's very good on the ball. He gives Messi space to work too because he's able to handle the ball when they got the 3 people on top of Messi. They give it to him, and now they got to shift because if not, he's shifty. He'll move around, touch it out, or he can take it in, and we know he can score too. So I think it's been a good thing. Mascherano made a good call there, and like you said, the bench has gotten stronger. The team looks so much stronger going into the playoffs.
Do you guys feel comfortable with the fact that the goalie situation is what it is right now? Because I now am worried because I don't think we have a good goalie situation. Ustari has dropped in quality quite a bit throughout the year. And now all of a sudden, Rocco's starting these games. And I haven't heard anything about Ustari being injured. Has anybody said
that's a low key thing that's been around since I think like half season. He's got something bothering him with his shoulder, and I think they're resting him for the playoffs. He's gonna. Danny asked earlier who would you start, Rocco or Ustari, and I said I start Ustari in the playoffs. Like the next game, definitely I'll start Rocco, but in the playoffs, just because of the experience, I go with Ustari.
Obviously, this is a hypothetical, one that maybe is even pointless to bring up, but I saw the name pop up in the comments, so I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Don't.
If you could have Drake right now, would you start him over the other 2?
No, no. I
Solana
don't.
says no because he's hated Drake
I
forever.
don't. I
know
don't
how.
want. I don't want
Oh,
anything
wait.
of that guy
You're
to
doing
do with
hypothetical. You're doing
this
hypothetical.
team.
Are you giving me 2023 Leagues Cup Drake?
I'm giving you
Or are
Drake
you
from
giving me
last year.
Drake? Are you giving
From
me
last
Drake?
year.
No, Drake from last year was not very good. And Drake is Jake from State Farm and Drake from Charlotte. Drake is a bench player now. You know, they have
Oh,
a
because
very
he's
good,
behind Kalina.
but he's a bench player, so he hasn't really played. I wouldn't. Why would you bring him in? Why would you bring him in?
No, it
He
was a
wasn't. He
hypothetical.
wasn't great. He was. Nah, if you're
I,
giving me
I
Drake
look,
2020, Drake 2023 Leagues Cup, looking like one of the top, one of the top 3 goalies in the league, looking like a future star, a future United States national team, possible starting goalie. Oh, of course, but
Well, I'll put
not right now.
Suarez in the goal before I put Drake in the goal.
Well, he knows how
no,
to use his hands.
I know.
that's
We know that from
that's silly.
experience. Ghana knows it from experience.
That's silly.
Taylor got in the
Well,
game. Yeah, he's not
it
gonna be
was
here next week.
Ryan Saylor. Has the team ever given up a goal when he plays?
Yeah,
Have they?
1 goal. I think they gave up a goal when he played one time against Columbus, or
And
maybe
what,
that was
this
the
season?
3-0 game.
They made him. Didn't they make him play right back that game?
Yeah, I think so.
Came
I
in
think
as
the
right back.
game ended 3-1 or maybe 3-0. I don't remember.
No, Sailor's a
But he
solid
came in.
player,
He
man.
didn't start, did he?
No, he didn't start.
No,
He came in
he
the game.
wasn't. He didn't start. No, it was Lujan.
I don't think they scored while he was in there. I'm
They're
telling
not
you,
going
Ryan
to,
Saylor,
man. He's
defensive
not a
player of
bad
the year.
player. I don't know about that. Let's not get crazy now, but he's.
So Solana
he's
said,
probably-
man of the match other than Messi was Jordi Alba. You said Baltasar. I got no leg to stand on since you guys took those 2 names.
So you're gonna say Ryan Taylor?
I should say Ryan Saylor. Yeah, he kept the clean sheet. No,
I mean, it's easy. There's an easy one. It's Rocco.
no, he didn't. Did they get any shots on? Oh yeah,
They got a couple.
got
They
three-
got a couple.
three
they got a
shots
couple
on target.
shots.
He had
They got
3
a couple
saves.
shots. He saved a couple balls.
Yeah, and let me tell you something.
He came out
That
and
kid
played the
Hibbert
ball
from
good.
Atlanta.
He's good.
That kid looks good. I was watching him in warmers, and obviously all goalkeepers probably look decent in warmers, right? I watch him warm up before every game, but he just looked like athletic, like the way he was moving and his reaction time to in those warm ups. I was looking at him and I was like, "Oh, this kid looks like he's got some quickness to him." And then throughout the
looked like
game,
he was
those blocks that he had on Messi, those
Yeah.
quick reactions, like it was.
You should give him
It
the
was
Get
impressive.
Pena award. You should give him the Get Pena award because you feel sorry that he plays for Atlanta United.
No,
I should give him the Get Pena
that's the
award for
reason
preventing
behind.
Messi to get 4 goals. Because if he ends up with 4 goals, all of a sudden maybe Messi could get the goal contribution record. So Get Pena award to him for preventing that. I'm going to say Fafa. I thought Fafa looked pretty good.
So
I
did
thought
I.
Fafa looked pretty good. I thought
Just
there was a shot
player.
that he had a great shot on goal that Hibbert blocked. I thought Fafa looked good today, which is good.
And then they were playing. He was getting the ball from them and touching around. Because sometimes before I thought that Suarez purposely wouldn't give him the ball and Jordi would play around him. No, this game they touched it around. They moved it. They look like a team.
They gave these out today at the stadium.
Yes.
So a cool thing for the final regular season home match. So it was they really hammered home the last regular season home game. I'm assuming just because obviously there's playoffs still to come,
Oh, there it is.
and we might get the Champions Cup. I'm assuming because if there's Champions Cup games next year, it's going to be in Chase Stadium, at least in the beginning, because we're assuming that the regular season is going to start on the road. That is the first time I get to open it. My wife opened it already, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. This is the shield. Somebody in the chat kept asking about the shield. I picked it up. I got here so late because I stayed for the Jordi Alba thing, which was cool. Jordi Alba thing was cool. And then I went to pick this up. Okay, well, there he's got the year, winners. It's heavier than I expected. I'd say this is a solid 5 pounds. I don't know how to open this thing now.
Oh my
Push
God.
out. Oh, there it goes. So it's pretty cool. And here it is. There it is. It's
Oh,
cool.
it's bigger
Look,
than a quarter. That's good.
no, it's definitely bigger than a quarter. It's the size of my palm. So it's very cool. So yeah, it's a cool gift if you haven't picked it up already.
Does it come with
there
a
was a
stand?
long line. I heard it does. I mean, like I said, I haven't really gotten a chance to look at this. Yeah,
I'm just
it
saying
does.
it would be pointless if it doesn't, because you wouldn't be able to hold it up. But nice.
There it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
So for everybody that always talks smack about the team and not rewarding their fans and all that, well, where's the talking smack now?
Well, I can give you some smack talking right now. I went to pick up my 2 because I have 2 season tickets, and they're like, no, it's 1 per account.
Yeah, 1 per account. That's how it always is.
Why?
Now they
It's
get
1 per
those.
account.
They get those. What is it? Metal? Is it made out of metal or what is it? Aluminum? Now they get those and recycle it and some money back.
No,
They got to
it's
pay
not
Messi
like that.
somehow, man.
It's heavy. I'm assuming
Every
this
penny,
is why.
every penny counts to pay Messi.
Well,
At least you got one for free. Don't worry. Chris is still waiting on his jacket
Free.
so that he can wear it when 95-degree weather in July.
what? I don't know what jacket you're talking about for sure.
He has a Knicks jacket.
No, Chris has been wanting Inter Miami to give them a bomber jacket like Seattle gave their fans a bomber jacket. I remember he was complaining about it, and it's like, what are you going to use a bomber jacket for in Miami in July?
Let me tell you something. Chris didn't go to the game today because obviously he's somewhere else, and he starts texting me. He's like, "Yo, did you get one of those chase things for me?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, but like just one?" I said, "Yes, man, just one." He's like, "But go get more." I was like, "No, man. That's it. I got mine. That's it. I got one for you, and we're good." He's like, "No, man. I would have had like 45 by now."
For sure.
Guys,
For sure.
And that means he would have got one for me and all that. So thank you, Danny, for thinking about me, but I appreciate it.
He's gonna send them
No,
to Cuba.
man.
He's gonna get one of those maleta with Gusano, fill it up, and send that shit to Cuba.
I'm not. I don't know. This guy. I'm like, dude. He's obsessed with getting free stuff. I think that's it. I appreciate you guys holding it down since I got here late and then I had to put my son to bed. And any final words there, Xavier?
Nashville's up next. Let's see if we get another win. Hopefully it plays out correct, and Cincy is upset, and we can hope that Inter Miami can make it happen this season. It was super disappointing last season the way they went out. So let's get past the first round, and then anything goes.
Absolutely.
Look, there's a Neymar rumor. I don't like that rumor. Is it true that they're looking at him? Yeah, but I don't like that rumor. I wouldn't want him now. I would have wanted him 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him either, just because he's always injured. But I've always thought that he would open the stadium with Messi.
But if he plays on a contract like Suarez, like a super team friendly contract, would you take him?
Nah. On a contract like that, yeah. I'm just saying, I don't think he comes that way.
No. If he's coming to team friendly contests, it's because he's gonna be out on the beach all.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna put Chris on the spot, by the way. So, and then I'll read the message, Dremundo. So, Chris texted me the other day, and he's like, "Yo, look at this," and he sends me a picture of Rodrigo De Paul at like a card trading store. You look at this guy playing like crap and going to card trading store. I was like, what do you want this guy to do? You want him to have no life? Like, what do you think? Right. He's supposed to practice 24 hours a day? Like, I'm glad that he's out there just collecting cards. Could you imagine if Neymar was here?
He'd be at Tootsie.
Neymar wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't be going out there and just opening trading cards. He'd be at Tootsies. He'd be at clubs.
He'd be opening condom wrappers, not trading cards.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a wrapper being open, but it's completely different. So, like, I was like,
maybe a CVS.
Look, and I don't think Rodrigo De Paul's been as bad as some people are saying. I just think that people are thinking like, okay, he's our DP next year. And they already put a dollar amount on his value for next season, and they're like 17 million. This doesn't look like 17 million. But if it was any other person playing and it wasn't Rodrigo De Paul doing the same things he's doing, I don't think people would be killing him as much. People would be like, okay, it's not too bad. But so let me just read this message real quick. This is what it says on the inside. In 2024, Inter Miami CF won the Supporters Shield for the first time in club history. It was a record-breaking season as Inter Miami secured 74 points, a new single-season points record in the MLS. 22 wins, 4 losses, 8 draws. Inter Miami are the first team in MLS history to have at least 20 goals in a single regular season. Messi 23 and Suarez 25. The Supporters Shield was secured on October 2nd, 2024, with a thrilling 3-2 away win against the Columbus Crew, who were in second place and also fighting for the Shield. 2 goals from captain Lionel Messi, 1 from Luis Suarez, and an 84th minute penalty save from goalie Drake Callender.
I remember that.
Helped secure the historic victory and the Shield. And you know what? As I was reading this, I was like, well, I'm going to make sure I remind Solana about that. And then luckily they did include it in that nice little paragraph. So
I remember Ustari's save against Al Ali in the Club World Cup, saving Inter Miami's butt in that first game. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember holding up that trophy. It was awesome.
You held it up?
Yeah, that Club World Cup. Yeah, it was cool.
No. You held up the Supporters Shield?
No, I don't care about the Supporters Shield, but I'm just saying. At least
I held it up. It's pretty heavy.
Oh, I mean, if it's anything like this replica. No, I was never a big fan of the Shield.
All right.
You know, in the NHL, they have something like the Supporter Shields.
Yeah, the President's Cup.
Yeah. You remember who won last year?
Florida Panthers? No, the Edmonton Oilers?
It might
Probably.
have been. Nobody remembers because nobody cares. That's the same thing as Supporter Shield. All right. Any final words there, Solana?
The only thing is, thanks for letting me do that intro. That was freaking cool.
Which one?
Yeah.
The Battered Herons intro.
The Herons are back. The Herons are back. Bienvenido episodio. Oh, that's in Spanish. Sorry, Las Garzas. My bad.
Las Garzas. Tune in Monday, 10 p.m.
That's it. Xavier, any final words?
I said what I had to say, and then Rodrigo De Paul, you better show me something in the playoffs, brother.
Isn't it weird that Messi, when he scores, he never scores 1, but he never gets 3. Always gets brace. It feels like he is a brace man. We made a shirt with him wearing braces, but then I was like, that's kind of weird, so we didn't put it out.
Wait, I'm in my pajamas. I'm in my
braces
pajamas.
always. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. We'll be back on Monday at 9:00 for State of the Herons, which was supposed to be last week, but this ended up being a disaster of a week for me here at home. But we are going to do State of the Herons on Monday, and then Las Garzas at 10:00, and then we'll keep rolling throughout the week because it's decision day in the MLS next week, and hopefully we can end up with home field advantage throughout the Eastern Conference outside of Philly. But I don't think Philly's making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, so it doesn't really matter. Appreciate everybody. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all the good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for those of you in the chat, you guys are the best part of the show, and we appreciate you hanging out with us for the last 55 minutes. And we will be back on Monday. So until the next one, hit that like button. Have a good one.
Adios.